Barcelona turned a nervy afternoon at the Estadi Olímpic Luis companies into cause for celebration, coming from behind to beat Real Sociedad 2-1 and, thanks to Atletico's earlier result, leapfrog into first place in LaLiga. It wasn't pretty for long stretches, but it was effective. Jules Koundé's headed leveler and Robert Lewandowski's main event finish, set up by the returning Lamine Yamal, did the business. Real Sociedad struck first when Álvaro Odriozola turned a half-chance into a clinical finish around the half-hour mark, leaving the home crowd briefly holding its breath. Barcelona pushed, probed and pinballed the ball around the final third, but Sociedad's goalkeeper Alex Ramiro was in the mood to frustrate, making several important stops to keep his side in front. Just before the break, Marcus Rashford swung in a corner and Jules Koundé rose to head Barcelona back on level terms, restoring order and a lot of optimism to a stadium that had been slowly remembering how to cheer. Koundé's goal came at a perfect time. Psychologically, it sucked the wind out of La Real's sails. The second half looked like more of the same until Hansi Flick summoned Lamine Yamal off the bench. 60 seconds later, the teenager, returning from injury, floated a perfect cross that Lewandowski nodded in, a classic striker's finish, and that proved to be the winner. From then on, Barcelona had to defend a slender lead while Real Sociedad hunted for the sucker punch, but Barca held on. Barcelona dominated chunks of possession, as pre-game expectations suggested they might, but they were repeatedly tested by Sociedad's quick transitions and intelligent pressing. The turning point was mental as much as tactical. Koundé's header just before halftime shifted momentum, and the injection of Yamal added the creative urgency Barca had been missing. Sociedad had moments. Takefusa Kubo in particular came close late on, but couldn't find the finish.
The 3-point catapulte Barcelona to the top of La Liga, 1 point clear of Real Madrid.
It's still early season, but momentum matters, and Flick will be hoping this comeback sparks a sustained run. The immediate test, however, is enormous. Barca travel to Champions League duty to face Paris Saint-Germain next, meaning recovery and rotation will be the order of the week. Jules Koundé's post-game honesty, "I didn't like the end of the game," is the kind of brutal, useful critique any manager will take. Fans will happily forgive the shakiness for now. Wins are the only kind of therapy that counts in football.
And Lamine Yamal?
Coming back from injury and delivering an assist almost immediately is the sort of thing that fuels highlight reels and fantasy team managers' nightmares. If you're asking for a single name, it's hard to argue against Lamine Yamal for the sheer timing of his contribution, the kind of one pass changes a game moment coaches dream about. Lewandowski gets the goal, Koundé the header, but Yamal's assist changed the outcome. Barcelona didn't put on the most composed performance of the season, but they found the goals they needed, showed a touch of grit and were rewarded with top spot in La Liga. The big question now, can Flick's men turn this momentum into results against Europe's elite next?